You know how some products come with those essential warning labels? Caution may lead to severe consequences. Well, if college degrees came with that kind of blunt honesty, a few would certainly carry similar dire warnings. Caution may lead to overwhelming student debt, significant career disappointment, and potentially an unexpected return to your childhood home well into your 30s. And here's the kicker. Unlike a small item with a warning label, these degrees aren't just a few dollars. We are taking initial cost of tens of thousands, easily climbing to hundreds of thousands of dollars when you factor in interest and the lost income from not working. So today I'm pulling back the curtain on the 5 most regretted degrees, not based on my opinions or academic theories, but directly from the candid experiences of actual graduates burned by debt and regret. For years, I've dug into the data, pored over studies, and spoken with hundreds of people who unfortunately brought into a dream that morphed into financial nightmare. So this video is the crucial warning sign you might not get anywhere else. So let's jump right in. So first on our list at number 1 is fine arts. You might envision spending your university years immersed in creativity, perfecting your painting techniques or sculpting incredible forms. But what happens after graduation? The typical career paths often include roles like gallery assistant, art teacher, or the often challenging life of a freelance artist. So why the deep regret? Many graduates describe investing years as a substantial sum of money only to face a shockingly difficult job market. Imagine racking up a substantial debt, let's say over $90,000, with monthly loan payments around $10,000. Now, step into an industry where the market is saturated with talent and full-time opportunities are incredibly scarce. The hard truth is the market is incredibly crowded. For every dozen fine art graduates, there might be only one or two genuinely relevant full-time roles available. And surprisingly, many of the most celebrated artists never even pursued a formal degree. They simply had a knack for art and dedicated themselves relentlessly to it. College excels at teaching certain skills. Mastering a hands-on art form, much like learning to ride a bike, truly comes from consistent practical application and not just theoretical study. One former art student revealed that out of their entire graduating class of nearly 50 individuals, so only a small handful managed to secure a consistent income, like purely, from their art. So would you invest in a business with such a low success rate? Because art schools often paint a picture of you becoming the next visionary, but the stark reality for many is designing basic graphics or working unrelated jobs while buried under student loans. For most people, a fine arts degree isn't a sustainable career path. So, moving on at number 2, and this one often disappoints many, psychology, particularly at the bachelor's degree level. It's completely understandable why psychology draws so many. Understanding human behavior is fascinating, but here's the critical point. Hundreds of thousands of students pursue this degree every single year, making it one of the most popular fields on campus. That's a massive influx of graduates into a job market with surprisingly limited demand for those with just bachelors. Entry level jobs for psychology grads often include positions like research assistant or case support specialist, roles that can feel more like an extended volunteer opportunity than a career. What colleges typically omit from their shiny brochures is that a significant majority, let's say around 70% of psychology bachelor's graduates, find that they absolutely need to pursue a master's or more often a doctorate to actually build a career in the field. It's like buying a car only to discover that you have to pay double the price for the engine and wheels separately just to make it drive. One individual shared, after getting my psychology degree, I spent 4 years in unfulfilling low paying jobs before realizing that I had to go back to school for an entirely different, more practical field. I wish I had known this 20 years ago. Do you see the emerging pattern? Graduates struggle to find meaningful employment, then they are often forced to either go back to school for something completely different or invest even more heavily in an advanced degree, sometimes a doctorate, just to become competitive. So the psychology job market can feel like a game of musical chairs where 1,000 applicants are vying only for a dozen available positions. So the odds are certainly not in your favor. It's a system that effectively pushes many into deeper student debt just to attain a truly viable career. Now, I don't want to be entirely pessimistic. If psychology genuinely sparks your interest, there are countless free resources available online offering high quality courses taught by professors from top tier universities. You can explore the subject to your heart's content without the immense financial burden. I've curated a comprehensive list of these free or extremely affordable resources, that is, classes, certifications, and more, which you can find via the link below. Next up at number 3 is communications. So, this degree has actually gained a reputation in some circles as the easy major, a path chosen to maintain academic standing with the least possible effort. So, that alone should tell you something important. What are the typical job opportunities if you're lucky? Social media coordination, basic public relation roles are positions that, frankly, many individuals with good interpersonal skills could perform without needing a specific degree. The main source of regret here is its sheer generality. When employers encounter a communications degree on a resume, they often find themselves asking, what specific skills does this person possess? How can they actually solve problems for us? As one graduate expressed, job options were incredibly limited when I finished, and during economic downturns, companies became extremely picky, making it even harder to find relevant work. This underscores a crucial truth. Effective communication is a skill honed through consistent practice and real world application, and not merely by writing theoretical essays about it. It's much like learning how to ride a bike. You can devour every manual, watch every instructional video, even hire a top coach, but until you physically get on that bike and start pedaling, you won't genuinely learn. Our next regretted degree at number 4 is drama and theatre arts. But I dream of starting on the big stage, you might declare, and I'd respond, and I dream of owning self-cleaning house. The financial reality for most drama graduates involves very modest annual earnings around $40,000 per year. A notable percentage, perhaps over 30%, also find themselves needing to pursue advanced degrees just to qualify for these often low-paying roles. And what are those roles? Those roles are theater assistant, drama teacher, or more frequently working service industry jobs as a barista, bartender, or ride-share driver. So the crushing weight of student loan debt is a pervasive nightmare for these graduates. One aspiring actor painfully recounted, I took on huge debt for acting. There's no degree in the world that guarantees work in this industry. Just take local classes, get involved in community theater, and pursue opportunities directly. The entertainment industry is extraordinarily competitive. Success hinges not just on talent but heavily on who you know and a substantial dose of luck, none of which comes included with a pricey diploma. Drama schools often sell a dazzling dream, but they rarely disclose the incredibly slim odds of making a sustainable living. Finally, at number 5 is liberal arts and general studies. I'm not sure what I want to do, but my parents want me to go to college degree. It's essentially the academic equivalent of spending 4 years broadly skimming through Wikipedia. You gain a superficial knowledge of many different subjects but develop no truly specialized skills. You could spend over $1 lakh to read books and write papers. This activates that you could easily undertake on your own without incurring massive tuition costs. Employers more often than not react with confusion. That's interesting, but what practical skills do you actually possess? A hiring manager candidly admitted, when I see general studies degree on a resume, I'm immediately underwhelmed. Many decision makers, having navigated their own college experiences, understand what this degree often implies: indecisiveness, a casual approach to professional development, and a general reluctance to challenge oneself. They often view it as a mere participation trophy, proof that you avoided a more rigorous major. Here's my steadfast rule: never pursue a degree with the word studies in its title. For many, these degrees are a pure waste of precious time and hard earned money, leading to a life burdened by debt while working jobs that could have been secured directly out of high school. At its heart, regret is the bitter feeling of looking back and thinking, if only I had known then what I know now. Well, now you do know. No longer have that excuse. These degrees aren't just regretted because I say so, they are deeply regretted by real individuals who invested significant money, accumulated crippling debt, and have very little to show for it. I've personally read thousands of comments from graduates echoing the same sentiment. I truly wish someone had warned me. So consider this your definite warning. I get it, art is beautiful, psychology is fascinating, and many of these fields are incredibly interesting. My message isn't to dismiss your passions, but to caution against spending hundreds of thousands of dollars at a university that might be selling you false promises. The current education system often perpetuates the idea that college is the only pathway to success, but a fantastic way to explore diverse subjects is through the wealth of free online resources. Again, I've compiled a comprehensive list of free or extremely affordable courses and certifications. So don't become another statistic, another person expressing deep regret online about their degree choice. The biggest regret isn't choosing the wrong major, it's ignoring vital warnings like this one.